Hello again. I am Nicole from CosmoQuest, and I'm here with Tom Diehl from Exploration Day USA. You may have heard of this initiative to get Columbus Day renamed, rebranded to Exploration Day. And so, Tom, why don't you tell me a little bit how this effort got started?
Okay. Um, I guess at the time that Neil Armstrong died, uh, Carl Frank, who's one of our co-founders, was talking with me and Rod Wright, another friend, about the impact that Neil Armstrong had on a generation of Americans, and we were trying to figure out how we could perhaps do more from the standpoint of making Columbus Day into something meaningful for the 21st century. Uh, there are a number of people who choose not to celebrate Columbus Day for various reasons, but trying to keep some of that theme. We wanted to uh, honor the exploration spirit of America because the whole history of our country has been about discovery, and uh, exploration still is going on today through science and medicine, and when you're trying to get kids to take an interest in any kind of STEM courses, uh, you need to show them the possibilities. And so we thought, from a standpoint of taking a look at American exploration and broadening it from just being about Columbus to looking at the exploration, scientific research, and adventurers who've shaped America and continue to shape our world. This would be a good learning opportunity for kids, and a chance to expose them to some of the brilliant thinkers and people who've made such an impact on our nation and the world.
So Neil Armstrong had a big impact on you. I wasn't, sadly, I didn't see the Apollo landings firsthand in my lifetime.
Oh, you
I
kids.
mourn this, but it still had such an impact on my life. What other explorers had an impact that you're hoping to honor?
Hmm. Well, in my case, I'm of the age where in front of the TV when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, and before that, I remember the Apollo 8 mission where they had the photograph of Earthrise, and it was just such a cool image. And for years, I had that poster in my bedroom, uh, and it was really an interesting time as far as uh, we had the attitude that we could accomplish anything we set our sights on, and that kind of confidence seems to be lacking in the world, and so we wanted to show what others had done from the historical perspective, but also show what is still being done. You know, Today we have people like Robert Ballard, who's at the depths of the ocean. We have a number of people. When you look at the landing of Curiosity, all those engineers and scientists, in the JPL control room there, the celebration they had with their success with that landing. Uh, those are the kind of things that we need to get back to. Uh, Bert Rutan once said that we need for our kids to look forward to more than just the next phone with a video app. They need to explore, and so I realize that in the classroom you've got to humanize the process to spark an interest in kids.
Yeah, that's been a debate ongoing in space exploration for a while. Is you can do so much science with the robotic probes, but having a
Mm-hmm.
human face to the exploration is so valuable. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I see as a need, because you need to uh, have kids see that this is something I could do.
Hmm.
And when you think of the type of people who were early explorers in American history, and the fact that there were men and women, there were people of all races that uh, you know opened our eyes to our nation and the world around us, and we want to have kids look at that and say, yeah, I can do what that individual did.
Cool. So why this may be a thorny, sticky question, but why Exploration Day and why remove Columbus Day? Now, like what is it that people?
Well, in our mind, it's not necessarily removing Columbus from the equation, because when you talk about exploration, Columbus was certainly an explorer, but you have something like 22 states, I think, that don't celebrate Columbus Day, and even in Italy, they don't celebrate Columbus Day, and uh, for a lot of people, uh, they don't want to celebrate Columbus Day because there are a lot of there's a lot of history there in what he did with the indigenous population that is really quite offensive.
Yeah.
Uh, but rather than scrap Columbus altogether, what he was trying to accomplish and what uh, has been accomplished. There's a lot there that you can point people to that they could get excited about. Um, there's Matthew Henson, who was the real individual who first got to the North Pole. You have Amelia Earhart, who was a pioneer in flight. Lewis and Clark, were uh, quite instrumental and played a pivotal role in American history. And I think as people delve into the whole idea of exploration, you'll find out more about uh, what people were trying to accomplish, and the fact that years along the way, but they persevered and continued, and that's one element when you look at science. Is it's experimentation, it's research,
Hmm.
it's uh, you know always, though, with the idea that, well, you didn't find the answer this time, we're going to go at it again tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep going at it, and the exploration without, I guess the way I worded it in the invite was cultural baggage might be a good term for what Columbus Day has. We had a
Mhm.
question from Drew Spencer, who's watching on Google Plus, saying that there's already an effort to rebrand Columbus Day as Indigenous Peoples Day. I was wondering if there's been any conflict or with that.
Well,
I don't know if I've heard.
I saw that effort, like, though that they kind of stalled out somewhere along the way.
Okay.
And I think, from our standpoint, we'd like to be inclusive rather than excluding people. And, that there are, through, the course of history of the United States, uh, you have many opportunities to include a lot of people by having Exploration Day, and there were Native American explorers. When you talk about discovering America, of course, the Vikings have a pretty good claim as far as European discovery. Even the Scots have made a claim that they predated the Vikings in coming here, and of course, the Native Americans, when they crossed over from Siberia years ago, they were explorers. I mean, they were looking for a better life for themselves. And you had the Polynesians who explored the Pacific, and what I've seen lately is that there's evidence that they also explored the western coast of the United States and South America, and they were using celestial navigation long before a lot of Europeans were. And we consider these small islands that they were able to find their way to and back, that's quite an accomplishment as well. And so
I was just reading National Geographic about article in the doctor's office, getting my allergy testing, about the Polynesians using canoes to cross the Pacific and colonize Easter Island, and that just blows my mind that in these very small boats, such long distances.
Yeah, and I think we want to kind of show that exploration is part of the human spirit, and that having a holiday that it's just focused on one group or excludes a group it isn't really an idea of a celebration. I mean, you're going to have a party and going to have a good celebration. You want to invite everyone.
Yeah. So I'm going to pause for a brief station identification again. You're watching the Science Hour with CosmoQuest. I am Nicole Gallucci. I used to have a name thing, but it's broken. I am with Tom Diehl, who is part of the effort to get Columbus Day renamed Exploration Day in the spirit of human exploration. So there's 2 petitions going on right now, right? So what can people do to be a part of this effort? And what are the long-term goals here? How is this going to be accomplished?
Okay. Well, Congress is one body that sets federal holidays. And of course, the president can, declare days as well. But as far as actually renaming the holiday, it would take an act of Congress.
Okay.
But, President Obama could make a declaration that on Columbus Day we want to honor all explorers if he so chose. And so we've set up 2 petitions that you can reach through our website, explorationdayusa.org. And one is through change.org that's directed to Congress to rededicate Columbus Day as Exploration Day. And then on the White House website, we have the link there as well. They have a petition process that President Obama set up called We the People, where people can petition the White House with ideas as well. And so what we would like is for everybody to go to those 2 sites, sign our petition, share the information with their friends, email everyone they know, try and build a groundswell of support for this. We've had some initial success with bloggers on the web, and a couple local things here in St. Louis with the news media and radio stations. On Sunday, Carl will be on CBS Sunday Morning. That's 8 o'clock Central Time. Everybody else can do the math there, since you guys scientists.
Timeanddate.com. I can't recommend that website enough. Yeah.
But
Yeah, so 8 a.m. Central on Sunday.
mhm. And so what we set as a goal was to get a minimum of 25,000 signatures on uh, the change.org petition. And then the White House has a similar 25,000 signature minimum. And, you know, we're just getting this underway. And we've been having some good initial response since I guess today is the first full day that we've had both petitions, and we need to use social media to spread the word, and we'd like to expand the interest beyond just the astronomical field of science to all sciences, because I think when you look at the research and the discoveries that are still to be made, you look at the sequencing of the DNA molecule. You look at stem cell research. When you look at finding solutions to climate change, and the research that's still being done to determine what has happened in the past with climate change. There's a vast number of areas that are doing exploration, and we'd like to be able to share this and see educators take up the cause as well.
So is you've mentioned kids and educators a lot. Is reaching teachers and schools kind of your main idea you had in mind when you started this?
Well, I don't see it as the only thing, but every one of us, when we learned about Columbus, even though we were learning the myth more than the fact,
yeah,
we were learning it in grade school,
right?
And here would be an opportunity for teachers to develop lesson plans that satisfy history and science and math, engineering, all of that, and bring it together in a way that people are able to see that we need to continue to support scientific research if we want to move forward.
So you mentioned history, and this is something that Carl Frank has mentioned as well, is that looking to add history more into the STEM. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I think from what I'd said earlier, when you look at the discoveries that have been made, it's a story of people, and people who have done their research and taken their treks. They took risks, and I think that's where we can bring the history into it. Is that if you're going to have discovery and you're going to do scientific research, you're talking about people, and you can't get around that fact. And so I think the historic element is an opportunity, because there are so many stories out there that you can hopefully find something that will spark a little creativity in some student's mind. But if you just say, well, we're going to talk about this guy who sailed to the New World in 1492, how is that relevant? But
Right.
Kid, have any kind of curiosity about the world, it's going to be, hearing a story about, some researcher and a medicine they discovered, and the impact it had on saving lives. It's going to be about, you know, the NASA program. It's going to be about, people who went out and mapped the world. And I think you have more opportunities to have an educational experience with Exploration Day than with Columbus Day. But also for those folks who are, wanting to have meaning in the day, who don't want to focus on Columbus, they would have that opportunity to stories as well. Like there's a generation of us who can all tell our kids and grandkids about where we were when Neil Armstrong first set foot on the moon, and hopefully if we get people to share those kind of stories, it will help our younger generation take that step and take the dare and take the risk to open new frontiers.
Yeah, I get teary-eyed when I watch the Apollo 11 footage, and I know I wasn't even there, and it just touches me. So, one of my other favorites, who sparked in my head thinking of explorers, is Grote Reber. He was a ham radio operator who helped further, like, created the field of radio astronomy, which is what I did for my graduate research. And so he's someone I would bring up if I was teaching a lesson.
There you go.
Because he just built a dish in his backyard and discovered radio, not discovered, but pioneered radio astronomy. So being able to share those stories would be fantastic. Gonna quick pause again and tell everyone, if you want to ask questions of Tom, or you can leave a question in the comments for the Google Hangout, the Google Plus post where you're watching this, or on YouTube where you're watching this. I can see both of those. I can see all. You can tweet with the hashtag #ScienceHour. You can ask us a question there as well, or make a comment. And also, if you leave a comment on the event page, I will most likely see that. My name is Nicole Gallucci. Sorry, I don't have the name thing. I'm with CosmoQuest, and I'm talking to Tom Diehl, who is part of Exploration Day USA. So if you go to explorationdayusa.org, there are 2 petitions you need to sign. They just went live today, I think you said? Yeah, so if you'd signed a previous one, that was a lead up to this one, I think. So sign the new one. There's a change.org petition that's going to Congress, and there is a petition for the White House as well. This, to be honest, this is like having a holiday or a day named is something I have no idea how that happens. Is there a precedent for this, or?
Well, it takes an actual act of Congress to name a federal holiday. I think if the most recent example, of course, is Martin Luther King Day, and that took several years to come about. And of course, once the federal government Luther King Day as a holiday, other state and local governments started the process as well. I think Arizona was the last state to actually officially recognize Martin Luther King Day. About that same time at the federal level was when they also set up some of these Monday holidays, like changing from celebrating Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday. They are now celebrating President's Day. And, so Congress has made changes in the holidays in the past, and our thinking was based on all the concerns about, the federal budget and giving federal employees another paid holiday, rather than add a price tag to a new holiday. We would just expand on what it currently exists.
So Sammy is asking, what are you guys planning for this coming Columbus Day to promote this cause?
Okay. Well, in addition to Carl's debut on CBS News,
Yeah.
there is an article that will be on Big Think
Mm-hmm.
on Monday, Columbus Day. It's bigthink.com. And, we've continued to try and reach out to different blogs, different scientific groups. What we really need is some of your viewers to help us with their connections to try and reach to other scientists in other fields, to historians, to educators, to make this as broad-based as possible.
Oh yeah, like you said, it's not just space science. There's, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
biological sciences. There's constant, every day, amazing exploration being done,
Mm-hmm.
and history. So I know you guys read the biology bloggers too. So you can go pester your favorite biology blogger to get involved in this effort. Yeah. So you said CBS Sunday morning at 8
Mm-hmm.
a.m. Central.
That's correct.
Okay, I don't have TV, but I'm sure I'll be able to find it online. And on bigthink.com, there will be an article
Mm-hmm.
on Monday as well. Cool,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah, and we're still making contacts, hopefully, to have some other, give us some publicity on that day.
Yeah. Is there a particular hashtag that people can use on Twitter? I know you have a Twitter account, and I don't want to. What is the Twitter name?
Oh,
Is it Exploration Day? I don't want to switch
I believe that's
screens.
what it is.
I
Carl
don't
set
want
it up, and I don't do Twitter myself, so I don't have that with me.
I don't.
Uh,
Yeah, it's at Exploration Day. Okay,
mhm.
I quickly checked TweetDeck. Is it? And yeah, so I don't think there's there must be. I don't know for sure if there's a hashtag associated with that. That's a
Mhm.
question for Carl, I think. But at Exploration Day, talk to them on Twitter. You said basically Carl Frank runs that
Mhm.
account, so you can join there. You can sign the petition. Let's see if there are any other questions on YouTube or Google Plus. Please get your questions in. Um, I is there is there a reason for the 25,000 count on the petition?
Well,
Good round
um,
number, or is
the White House website set that as a minimum for
Oh, okay.
petitions that they will review, um, and answer in some fashion or another.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the other with change.org, we could have set any kind of figure, but we thought that setting the same level initially, and if it takes off, of course, we could set another higher goal. Uh, but by getting at least 25,000 signatures, we want to show that there is interest in this idea, and it's something that at least deserves some debate in this country. And for politicians who are looking to uh, support scientific research and support education, and to uh, you know show Americans that we still have that desire and dream to go further and to dig deeper, to uh, find the answers to solve the problems that we have in the world. I think this would be a good way to show that.
So from all of history, could you pick a favorite explorer? Who's your
Wow.
favorite?
Wow. That's kind of changed as I've
Yeah.
done research, and I did find one a Native American who I don't know if I am even pronouncing it anywhere close as Ape. He was a member of the Yazoo tribe in Mississippi, and apparently in the late 1600s, he actually went on a quest to find out where the native people came from. And he went up the Mississippi and up the Ohio, across the Great Lakes, and followed the St. Lawrence Seaway to the East Coast. Then he returned, went up the Mississippi to the Missouri, and then crossed over to the Columbia River and followed that to the Pacific Ocean. And so he did this, a century before Lewis and Clark crossed the country. And there was a French fur trader down in the area who met him and recorded his story, actually produced a map that shows, the Missouri River and the Columbia River as separate rivers. And this map was I guess published in the 1750s in France, and it's interesting that Lewis and Clark apparently had a copy of that map, and the story translated into English of the that this Frenchman wrote. And I thought, for that individual to make that kind of trek was just incredible.
That is awesome. That is pretty incredible. Yeah. So I just moved to the St. Louis area, and so I'm really like seeing the Mississippi for the first time. That's impressive. That's really cool.
Yeah. And when you look at St. Louis, I feel like it was a hub for exploration in the late 1700s and early 1800s, whether it's Lewis and Clark or Zebulon Pike or Kit Carson. They all passed through St. Louis. And I was telling Carl that in many ways, St. Louis was the Silicon Valley of the late 18th and early 19th century.
Yeah.
It was where the adventurers came, looking to make their mark and to make their fortune.
Cool. Yeah, that's why we have that gateway. That gateway arch. Yeah. So I'm not seeing any other questions, but I am seeing a lot of support in the comments. People are saying they've signed. They're signing both petitions. So yeah, the quick tick off things to do is to sign both petitions, right? Go to the
Mm-hmm.
explorationdayyusa.org, links to the
Mm-hmm.
two petitions, and then tell as many people as you can about it. I think that both petitions are up for a month,
Right.
so up until Halloween. Um,
And we have the Facebook page and the Google Plus page. If they would like those, we'd appreciate it. Show their support, and share those pages with their friends. Uh, and again, go down the hall, knock on the door, and talk to the biology professor and the chemistry professor and the history professor, and get everybody involved in this, because I think this is something that uh, you know would be a great day to celebrate the greatness of America.
yeah, I just people are also talking about their favorite explorers. Should be like an essay contest. Have people write
Mhm.
about their favorite explorer. Just leave it in the comments.
Well,
Start
and
a
that would be fun.
miniature essay contest right now in the
There you
comments.
go. Uh, because and that's what I can see teachers doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And so there may be a kid who's interested in history could write about one person, and someone who's interested in the sciences could write about someone else. Um, and National Geographic, they have the section where they recognize emerging explorers. And of course, they go through all fields of science as well. The paleontology, archaeology, the physicists, the oceanographers, and it's the thing that they're doing, and perhaps the two could be tied together to recognize these emerging explorers as well as our past exploration efforts too.
Cool, cool. I love it. Yay! So yeah, check it out. Sign the petition. I think this is a really, really awesome, awesome idea and awesome project that you guys are doing. So rock on. Kudos. Thank you everyone for watching the Hangout. You can continue to leave comments and have discussion in the comment thread. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Bye bye, everybody.